I'm Drew Manchu, and it's time to sit down, face to face. What's up, people? I'm Drew Manchu. This is Face to Face. Let's get into the books. This week marked the release of the final issue of Mark Millar and Greg Capullo's spectacular series, Reborn. This story takes a look at the afterlife in a way that we've never seen before, and the 6-part story arc was very well paced. The star of the show here is definitely Greg Capullo's line work, and it's wonderful to see him playing in such a fantastical toy box. This story's been lauded by critics and fans alike, and the issues have jumped up in value as well. Really good pickup on Reborn. I also grabbed this variant cover as well. Spectacular Capullo line work there. Just the little details are just fantastic. I also picked up The Walking Dead number 168, The Road's End. After the Whisperer War, everyone is at their wit's end. Alexandria has been destroyed, every relationship is strained, Andrea and Sherry are both dead, and the Saviors won out of the agreement with Rick. At times like these, cooler heads prevail, and we need someone to step up and make a rousing speech to get everybody on the same page. And who's the guy for the job? Negan? That doesn't sound right at all. I absolutely loved this issue of The Walking Dead. An epic Negan soliloquy in the middle of this shitstorm is just what this title needed. With everything being so depressing, I need to hear Negan use the most colorful language that I've ever read in a comic. And that's exactly what we get in Walking Dead 168. I also picked up the Pride Month variant cover. Walking Dead is known to have a very inclusive cast of all kinds of different characters, including members of the LGBTQ community. And this cover here is absolutely beautiful. That zombie's getting destroyed by Jesus there, who is a queer individual holding that rainbow flag. And, it's not really my thing, but, kind of cool. I dig it. Robert Kirkman is also doing a great job in Outcast. I picked up the new issue of Outcast this week. Issue number 28, His Growing Flock. The story that Kyle is getting from his father is much different than the stories being told in the Bible, but there are some mirroring concepts, and it's being harder and harder to convince the preacher that these are not angels and demons. Outcast is rolling along at a great pace, and I absolutely love this story. Definitely worth checking out. The continuing adventures of Jake the dog and Finn the human in Adventure Time number 65. This issue sees Princess Bubblegum host the Princess Pageant, and hilarity ensues. If you like this show, you're going to like the book. This is just more of the same stuff, and really great sense of humor in here, and I really enjoy it. Adventure Time is always a win. One of the hottest creators out right now has another book coming our way. We got God Country from Image, we got Redneck from Image, and now we're getting Baby Teeth from Aftershock and Donny Cates. This is really cool. I enjoyed it. It was different. I don't know how they're tying it all into one story. If it plans on being ongoing, but kind of a different take on the Demon Baby story. Not quite the same as The Omen, but we'll see how things go. I enjoyed the art in this book as well. Not hyper-realistic, sort of stylized, but, quality. Real mood-setting stuff with the color palette, and I liked Baby Teeth number 1, and I'm going to go back for seconds on Baby Teeth number 2, for sure. Marvel's been absolutely killing it on their Star Wars stuff lately, and we're getting the second series of Darth Vader, and that's being written by Charles Soule, and I really loved this book. This is basically the story of Darth Vader's first mission to get his own red lightsaber. Cool stuff. I like how it starts right after his emergence, right after the fabulous no scene in Revenge of the Sith. This picks up right after that. The Emperor's a complete dick. And I like Charles Soule's take on Darth Vader. He's kind of badass in this. And, he's angry and he's full of rage and he's full of pain. And it comes through. There's some fantastic shots of the world being viewed through the mask. And that to me was kind of cool. I dug it. Giuseppe Camicoli did the interior art, and he's kind of hit or miss for me, but I really like the way that this issue came out. Good stuff, and I'm excited to read this arc of Darth Vader. Giant stack of Marvel this week, guys. We got Doctor Strange number 20, Doctor Strange number 20 came out this week, which is weird because last week Doctor Strange number 21 came out, and that was a Secret Empire tie-in. And this has nothing to do with Secret Empire at all. This is the last issue out of Jason Aaron and Chris Bachalo. Kind of wraps up their story arc, everything to do with Selma being his assistant. Some really great stuff happening in this book. I like the way it leaves off, and I really liked Jason Aaron's take on the world of magic and Doctor Strange himself. Some really great stuff came out of this run, and it's really set up well for whoever takes over. Definitely pick this up if you've been enjoying this run. If not, I think that you should definitely check this out and trade at least. Bachalo's art has been fantastic, and Aaron's depiction of Strange is top-notch. This is a win. Big bucket of win for me. I grabbed Champions number 9. This is a Viv-centric issue and a really cool deal where we're also getting the introduction of a brand new character. This is the first appearance of Red Locust. She's got a really nice character design. Humberto Ramos does a great job on the art in this book, and Mark Waid does some great characterizations for these characters. Really good stuff. I enjoyed it, and this is the first appearance of Red Locust, so this could be a key issue in the future. I'm not quite sure about how the value is going to go on this, but first appearances, pick them up. If you're a speculator, check it out. Again, I really enjoyed this issue, and I've been liking Champions, so if you've been liking Champions, this might be right up your alley. The only bit of Secret Empire that we're getting this week is the Secret Empire tie-in, Brave New World number 1. In the history of Marvel events, we've always gotten anthology books, and this is the anthology book for Secret Empire, and this book is very, very, very missable. You can pass on this one. I'm not going to be worrying about the rest of them. Probably pick it up for completionist purposes because I've been loving Secret Empire, but nothing in this book is essential, and nothing in this book is really all that great. We get a little bit of Namor. I like Namor. He's kind of badass, but the story falls flat. We get some story with the new Giant Man, which is pretty good. And we get a Gwenpool story where the humor just really misses for me. So, not a fan of Brave New World number 1. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't like it. Amazing Spider-Man number 28 came out this week, and this is more Norman Osborn versus Peter Parker. And Dan Slott's storytelling in this arc has been kind of off for me. Not a huge fan of the characterization of Peter Parker at this point. And it's always something world-ending going on. Nothing really done with the character that I'm enjoying, but these issues are giving us fantastic art by Stuart Immonen, which is worth the price of admission. So I'm going to go ahead and say pick up Amazing Spider-Man, and maybe it'll go somewhere better, but the art is definitely enjoyable. I like the art, and it gave me a reason to at least flip through this. All New Guardians of the Galaxy number 3 came out this week, and this is a Gamora-centric issue, and it's focused on her need to find the Soul Gem. And I really think that it was a departure from this series so far, and it's only issue number 3. Irving does some amazing stuff with the art in this book. It is very, very different from the previous 2 issues, and I think it really affects the tone of Jerry Duggan's writing as well. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I thought it was probably the best issue so far. I think we're going to like what we find when we explore this Gamora character more deeply. And the end has a really nice exchange with Rocket and Groot that kind of gave me a nice chuckle. So Duggan definitely got some humor in there as well. Loving All New Guardians of the Galaxy right now. Nova number 7 came out as the finale on this series. Really liked what they did with the Richard Rider story, bringing him back into the universe, teaming him with the Sam Alexander, the new Nova, and pitting him against him at this point as well. I enjoyed what they did with this, and nobody bought it, and it got canceled, and that sucks. But I enjoyed this story, and I think that with a 7-issue run, it should be easy enough for you guys to find out there. Really good stuff. I really liked it, and maybe it'll all be in one trade, so we'll see how that goes. But Nova number 7 was a nice wrap-up for this story. I grabbed Daredevil 21, but I haven't had a chance to read through this yet. It's definitely on my to-do list this weekend. Avengers number 8 is a fantastic issue in my opinion. Really, really enjoyed this. Mark Waid tells a great story about Nadia Pym, the all-new Unstoppable Wasp, and her team up with her newfound friend, the infamous Iron Man, Dr. Doom. This book is fantastic. Doom is fantastic. Wade's take on Doom is definitely top notch, and his budding friendship with Nadia Pym is just absolutely adorable. The interior art in this book was definitely on point as well. I think that this Avengers series is definitely picking up steam, and I definitely enjoyed this issue. Spider-Man Deadpool number 18 came out, and this marks the end of the Kelly McGinnis run. Some really great stuff came out of this run, and I really enjoyed all of it. Spider-Man, Deadpool, how do you go wrong? This issue is more of the same out of this team, and I'm kind of sad to see it go. This title will definitely be continuing on with different artists and writers, but the 12 issues that Kelly McGinnis put into this book were top-notch. Really good stuff. Spider-Man number 17 focuses on Miles Morales as the web slinger, and this issue asks the question, how far will Miles go to protect his friends? And will that be too far? I really enjoyed this issue, and there's some great stuff in here, and I think that you guys will enjoy it as well. Check it out. Spider-Man number 18. Some X-Men goodness launched this week. I picked up Iceman number 1. This book is not that great. The art was nothing to write home about, and the story focuses on the character of Bobby Drake and his relationship with his parents, and it just, fell flat for me. Not a huge fan of Iceman number 1, and I don't know if I'll go back and pick up Iceman number 2. Kind of got to let that settle on me for a little bit. Maybe it'll be a mini series, and maybe it'll be easy enough for me to pick up all the issues. We'll see. But kind of the first failure in my eyes of this new X-Men wave, Iceman number 1. I also grabbed X-Men Gold number 5. These are the Sentinel nanites coming together. They're trying to kill Gambit. He gets some help from his X-Men buddies, and it's a typical X-Men story. They come and they fight, they work together, and they find out that the problem is larger than they ever thought it could be. One note about this book is it's fucking ugly. Silva did the art in the last issue as well, issue number 4. I believe it was rushed because of the whole debacle with the first artist, Saif. But this issue is but ugly. I thought that the last issue had some bad panels, but was overall okay. This issue is just not fun to look at. There are some panels in here with Old Man Logan, and you're just like, what are they doing with his face? It's all over the place. There's no consistency to it, and it just, come on, guys. You've been doing so good. This book has had a lot of hurdles so far. You've been doing so good, and this just falls so far. Ew. On the top of my DC stack is Bane Conquest number 2. Really not liking the art in this. Nolan's art for me is not a hit. Kind of a weird cartoony style. Not really what I'm looking for out of a Bane book. But the story's been solid so far. And I'm going to see it through. Going to be a 12-issue series. It's coming out monthly, so, I'll pick it up. Bane Conquest, sure, why not? Justice League number 22 marks a break for Bryan Hitch on writing and art duties, and sees a nice one-shot issue with Jessica Cruz dealing with some bug infestations, and John and Lois visiting the Watchtower. Some good stuff. I enjoyed this issue, and I think that if you're a fan of the Justice League or what's going on in Superman right now, this will be a win for you. Check it out. Nightwing 22 sees the start of a brand new story arc, and we're getting some interesting stuff with the return of Tiger Shark and an updated version of Blockbuster. Some great villains in this, some good action, and you gotta love Nightwing. Good stuff. Superman 24 is the continuation of Black Dawn, where we're getting Manchester Black teaming up with the Super Elite to take John away from Superman. Some good stuff, and we're going to see Superboy Black in the next issue. I'm really loving where this is going. The characterization of Manchester Black in this is spectacular. We get some more backstory on why the townsfolk are helping him, where these characters came from, and I'm absolutely loving this. Loving Superman right now, and the art's on point, the story is great. It's just one of the best books out there. Superman right now is fantastic, and 24 is no exception. Pick this one up, guys. Finally, we get book 9 in DK3, the third Dark Knight book called The Master Race. And you know what? I really enjoyed this. This was slow and plodding because of the release schedule, but the art was on point. It was just the right amount of insanity from Frank Miller and Azzarello to really whet my appetite, and I absolutely loved it. It's schlock, and I ate it up with a spoon, and that's really all there is to it. I also picked up the Superman variant cover. Both of these covers were really, really awesome in my opinion, and they go really well together. And I love how this book is basically set up the Justice League for the future of this universe. And, you know, Batman has been basically reborn. We got Batwoman now. And we got the Atom is in there. Green Lantern's a part of the scene. You got Superman back there with his daughter and Wonder Woman. Good stuff. I think that this will definitely lead into more Dark Knight stuff down the road. This is definitely not the end for this universe. And last but certainly not least, we got Batman number 24. This is the speculator market spoiler of the week. I learned about this on Monday. Not a fan of being spoiled on that, but at the same time, not really a fan of this move character-wise. I do see what's going on with Tom King's Batman, just not super big fan of the characterization. But I am enjoying the ride, and Finch's art is on point, and this book might be worth something down the road. I say try to pick it up if you can. Batman number 24, these first printings are going quick. Now, I didn't want to miss out on these Mary Jane covers that came out this week, so I did pick up a few of those. I picked up the Iron Fist Mary Jane variant because I think this is absolutely awesome. I love that the handkerchief tied in her hair. She looks super cute there. And the Iron Fist, it's just on point. Really great cover. Absolutely love this. This one was probably my least favorite, but I like the X-Men, so I figured I'd pick this one up. It's got her with the Mohawk Storm look. It's not really for me, but I wanted to have it in my collection, so I picked this one up. And this is definitely my cover of the week. Daredevil number 21, Mary Jane variant. I don't know who did this, but man, it's freaking gorgeous. Look at her. That is hot shit. I also rated the 50-cent bins this week, guys, at one of my local shops. I got a ton of old Nightwing, Nightwing Volume 2, an ass load of that, probably about 50 issues, and I'm not going to share that all with you guys, but I did pick up some other stuff. I grabbed 23 of the first 27 issues of Jonathan Hickman's Secret Warriors. I love Hickman, I love Marvel, I love Hickman Marvel, and I had not read any of this. This leaves me with like 4 issues to pick up in the whole run. Excited to have this, and excited to have those for 50 cents an issue. Great deal on that. And some of these aren't in the best shape. Number 3 has some notable water damage on it, but they're not. I'm not really that concerned about it. I want to read the story, and I'll be able to find these issues in better conditioning down the road if I want to add that to my collection. But excited to get the rest of Secret Warriors and read up on some more Marvel Hickman goodness. And another cover I just had to share. This is Superman Batman number 87. The Joker getting ready to take a lead pipe to the back of Clark Kent's head. This is a fantastic cover. Love this cover. Glad I got it for 50 cents. There are a couple of spine ticks, a little bit of a color break there, but nothing really to be upset about for 50 cents. I've never seen this issue before, and this cover really jumped right out at me. Good stuff. My DC pick of the week is Superman 24. Loving Manchester Black. Loving this book. Tomasi's doing a great job. Check this one out. My Marvel pick of the week is Doctor Strange number 20. A great wrap-up for Aaron and Botchlo's run. And Botchlo's art is insanely detailed. That cover alone is worth the price of admission. Great stuff. My independent book of the week is The Walking Dead 168. Some great Negan in here. And the emotion of the last arc is riding high. Really good stuff here. You gotta read it. It's just phenomenal. And hands up and then down and then hands back up and then back down again. My cover of the week is Daredevil 21, the Mary Jane variant. I think this is Delgado. I should have probably done some research on it before I did this video, but this is just pants tightening goodness. Look at that. This is, oh man, it's not a cheesecake cover. She's too covered up, but it's just, oh, geez, it's great. It's great. I love it. I love it. I'm in love with this cover. So that's going to do it for my face-to-face video this week, guys. Thanks for hanging out and checking out those books. Let me know what you thought about my stack in the comments down below. If I missed something that you think I should be reading, let me know about it. Maybe I'll check it out. You know, maybe I was reading it and it sucked, and maybe I'll flame you just for, you know, talking about it and bringing it up. Maybe I'll just be a dick like that. I don't know. Probably not. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure you click that subscribe button down below and that notification bell as well and become part of the Drew Manchu universe. You guys remember to collect what you love, share what you find. I'm Drew Manchu. I'll see you guys next time.